Welcome to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, where titles are won, legends are made, and fields are named after them. Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium, home of the Alabama Crimson Tide. A top 25 showdown coming up. Two of college football's premier teams preparing to duke it out right here on this field. As we'll see, the number 15 team in the country, the NC State Wolfpack, taking on the number 1 team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. NC State will kick off, and that'll get things underway. So much for the touchback. Here he comes. On first down, here comes this offense. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Coming out aggressively. He holds it in, and nobody's close. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. And so much for feeling each other out for a few plays. These guys come out spinning it.
All gas, no brakes. Come in and spin the magic bean on the opening play of the game, taking the shot. Doesn't get better than that if you're this quarterback.
SEC versus the Big Ten. They compete at everything. They try to outspend each other, and they certainly want to beat each other on the field.
So many national championships, so many Heisman Trophy winners shared between these two conferences, David. Everybody gets excited when the Big Ten takes on the SEC.
And these games matter so much. The fans get so amped up, so juiced up, to the point where we hear in the stands what? SEC. SEC. They wouldn't say that if conference pride wasn't a real thing.
He finds his man. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. He's still short of the first down.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
They'll try the run. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
I think throughout the week in practice, when they were game planning their opening script, I don't even know if they envisioned it going as well as it has. This has been beautiful. Nice balance, really nice rhythm. It feels like everything they're dialing up here on their first drive of the game is working to perfection.
Motion from the offense. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
Quarterback will audible. He's looking to throw. Gets it out quickly. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Great job by the defense winning those early downs. Now you get them in a predictable situation. 3rd and long, you bring in more DBs, more speed, more fun blitz packages. You can have a little fun, go get the quarterback.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Into the end zone. Fires into traffic, picked off. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover.
This quarterback was having success throwing on the opening drive of the game, in large part because it's a lot harder to throw on 3rd down when the defense is expecting it, like you saw right there. They were ready, had a really good coverage call to get the INT.
He'll start this drive firing. Quickly out to the tight end. And he might be known for run fits, but that was a sure and heavy tackle on the tight end. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. They'll try the right side. Drives into the pile just to pick up a 1. They'll spot it at the 10.
And that was a nice second down run and setting up third and inches. And now it's physical time, right? Like, they know you might run the football. You know you probably want to run the football. How can you be more physical? Sometimes bring some extra bodies, some extra tight ends in. Go to that play that you know is your short yardage play.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. They'll throw on 3rd and short. Quick strike complete. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down.
Well, in that down and distance, the quarterback's got to get rid of it so quickly, right? He knows the defense is going to be bearing down on him, so a nice job catching the gun snap and then turning and pivoting, getting it out of his hands quickly and accurately to pick up the first.
They've got the screen set up.
And so many things have to come together perfectly for a screen to work for big yardage. And they were close. You could tell that almost busted, but they just got wrapped up, got a little bit of yardage, but they really wanted that one to be a big gainer.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. And some room to work. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
They make the tackle at the 36, but they're in plus territory now with the 15-yard pickup.
It's so hard for a defense to have to stop plays like that because it really forces you to play with great eye discipline. You see the pre-snap motion. Defense doesn't know if he's just running across.
It's a fumble. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it.
And when you're on defense and it's wet, it's rainy, you know exactly what time it is. That ball gets a little heavier, it gets a little slicker. You're trying to get to that thing. You know you get your hand on it. There's a good chance it's coming out. Nice job by the defense forcing it with the assist from the weather.
Looking to scramble. And he can't find a receiver, and down he goes.
That defender is a matchup nightmare for any offensive lineman to block. He's got athleticism, he's got length, he's got flexibility. He put it all on display on that sack.
They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. He's looking to throw. He'll take the deep shot. And he's got it at the 30. And he's running in the open. And he'll take it in. They couldn't get him on the ground. Touchdown, Bama!
And that is the first passing touchdown, first of many of the season for this offense. Nice drive by the offense. Way to finish it, take care of the football, make some plays in the passing game. This offense looks like they're going to be a really hard one to stop.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Fair catch called for and made. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger...
Looking to take a shot. And that will be incomplete, man. That would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming.
Oh, that is a throw that is just going to haunt this quarterback. He had his target wide open, running deep. That should be a touchdown, but the QB overthrew him. That is going to haunt this quarterback tonight.
At the 40, there he goes. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Back to pass, it's Flores. Working that left side now. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here.
And that's a great job executing the drag route. You just bring the big fella across the formation, wait for him to come open. Quarterback does a good job seeing him, finds him in the hole, hits him. Perfect job.
Leaves it with the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
And this offense stays aggressive and they pass the football. I think you can always look back and say, third and short, I'd love for you to run it, be the more physical team. But nice job sticking up and bowing their necks for those defense.
Less than a yard to go for a first down, and the offense will remain on the field. On fourth down, they're taking to the air. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, North Carolina State. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one.
And how about the offense? They spread them out. Everybody spread wide. Easier to read a defense when you do that. They find the matchup they want, and they get rewarded with the score.
And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. Coming out with it, it's Dobbs. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. First down here for the offense. Running back searching for a hole. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. The offense lining up for a first down play.
3 and 25. Ready, break.
The RPO fired complete to the left. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
I love this defense's ability to fight off blocks and rally to the football. They do such a great job pursuing that wide receiver screen to only allow a minimal gain, no first down.
They'll leave it with him. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
Let him bust for a long one, but now third down becomes very manageable. It's not third in eternity. Now the whole playbook, short passing game, long passing game, all of it's available.
After the last run, would you just give it to him again on third down?
Get set, get set.
They'll try to get it through the air. Makes the grab and gets the foot in bounds, and it'll be a first down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously, the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Looking to pass on 2nd down. He fires one deep over the middle. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. They didn't give him much of a chance to make that play even bigger, but the turnover... Set up at the 16.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
Little touch pass to the receiver. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. Offense breaks the huddle on 3rd down. Wants to throw. It's Flores. Looking down the middle. And the missed connection on 3rd down.
Obviously, when you're playing in weather like this, the ball is very slippery and it's hard to catch. The QB threw a bullet that time, and his receiver just could not reel it in.
Perhaps emboldened by converting a 4th down earlier in the game, they'll try a 2nd time. They're bringing heat. Takes a hit as he fires. And the incomplete pass, they roll the dice. Snake eyes.
And your goal of a defense is to stop them, is to force punts, and then this is just gravy. Now they go for it on 4th down and medium. On their side of the field, you get the big stop and a chance to switch the momentum here in the first half.
Nobody open. He just throws it away, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this 1st down.
And after the incompletion on 1st down, this offense looking at 2nd down. They want to throw it. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. Toss sweep right. He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the 1st down.
And the old school toss play, huh? Little just toss to the right, get the running back on the run. A little bit more space, too, out wide where you can see, like, oh, where am I going to go? Where's the hole? As opposed to when you run right up the gut. So I like the mix-up. I like changing it up, tossing that fast guy and get him on the perimeter.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to pass. It's Flores. Coming. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. He's got the ball, and he'll try to pick up a few.
Man, those are backbreakers. Defensively, you get so excited. You force the fumble, going to get a turnover, and the offense falls off.
They've got them then deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack. The Wolfpack will have to bring the punt team onto the field.
It is so beautiful when I get you behind the sticks in guaranteed passing situations, because guess what? I don't have to fire off and play run. I'm going and getting the quarterback and getting him on the ground. That's what defensive linemen live for.
Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. That last drive was a punch in the gut, throwing the pick in the red zone, Jesse.
Yeah, it just seemed like there was some miscommunication down there in the red zone. David, this drive, the QB and receivers just have to do a better job being on the same page.
Yeah, and I think you pull the positives, right? We moved the football down the field. We had a chance to score, but we can't let those opportunities slip between our hands. Let's go get some points.
Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. It's caught. And this defense was flailing as he weaved his way and got down to the 26. Alabama may always be built on the run, but these days they elevate with a high-flying pass game.
And great coaches evolve, and we've seen the evolution of this Alabama offense over the last several years, and it's not just run, it's not just eat clock, it is be aggressive, attack, make big plays down the field.
What we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a rhythm.
Quick pass on the fly motion. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
Yeah, and way to be creative, way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly, get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that first down. Nice job, nice play call by the offense.
The clock has stopped, and we've reached the 2-minute warning before halftime. On first and goal, let's see if Alabama can get it in the end zone.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
They'll try to get it in with the run. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown time.
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, here's a quick update on a top 15 clash today. LSU is down, but they are not out of it. Not in Tiger Stadium. A place Bear Bryant once said was like playing inside a drum. Maybe the best home field advantage in football. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Colorado. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
To throw, it's Flores. Unloads to the right. It's caught downfield. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
NC State at the line with a 1st and 10. He's going to pass. He makes the connection.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affected the football game.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise. Backing this defense on third down. He wants to throw it again. Looking to the big tight end. Working that left side. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line.
And a really good job by the quarterback being very decisive. He saw his matchup, he went for it, he attacked it, got the positive gain. I would say he's going to find that guy a few more times today.
They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple of carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest, pound that rock.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Back to throw, it's Flores. Trying to get to it. When you've been around like this guy has, you know how valuable picking up the first down with your feet can be.
Sometimes these guys just have eyes in the back of their head. You saw it right there. He was able to buy himself time, get outside the pocket, and at that point, I think the decision was pretty easy. Hey, I can go get this with my feet. He was able to do that. Now they got a fresh set of downs.
They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10.
Big play in the passing game there, and I like the receiver gearing down in the zone. Did a nice job finding the soft spot on defense between the defenders, giving the quarterback an easy target to throw to complete that throw.
And now a chance to pull even as we get late here in the first half. And he's knocked down. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's looking to throw. He's got the back in the middle. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolfpack! And he makes the extra point. So it's an 80-yard drive, and they cap things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. On the run from inside his own 5. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. He's got an open man. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. They'll throw it on first down. Buys a little extra time. Hit as he throws. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. About to kick it away again as we are tied up in the 3rd quarter. And he's coming out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
jumped on top of the pile.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
They'll need to convert this third down from their own 22 to get this drive jump-started. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
Third and short like that on your own side of the field. You're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense. The ball falls in.
Talk about aggressive. This head coach is keeping the offense on the field inside his own 30. On fourth down, they'll pass for it. Complete and looking for enough for the first down. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down?
I know the analytics tell me to be aggressive and go for it, but in the second half, in these ball games, the analytics don't work for every single situation. And right now, you set them up. I just hope this one doesn't come back to bite you right in the hiney.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. They're trying to get to it. And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
And that goes down as an incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously, so he's outside the tackle box. He knew to throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
And guys, they really need to make something happen on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming. It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. The offense wastes no time getting the time. They'll play it safe and try for 3. He'll try to put one down the boulevard from 42 yards out. Between the uprights, it's good. And with that, they've taken the lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, a colossal top 5 matchup. Let's fill you in on what's going on. Clemson is down right now, but I'm not convinced this team doesn't have a C.J. Spiller-like big play in them. Any change in momentum, and this is a brand-new game. They're trailing by 10 to Oklahoma State. We'll keep you posted on things until the clock hits zeros in a game that, for now anyway, has been very revealing.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They'll run it to the right side. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Wow, and that's another big play from this guy. We've seen him now dominate. He's been able to get pressure on the quarterback, and Dave, he's just been living in the opponent's backfield.
This dude is an animal. A couple of sacks, a couple of tackles for a loss, just putting his imprint on the game. In the pass game, in the run game, you better know where he's at. You might want to think about putting at least 2 guys on him.
Last play was a near disaster. Now dealing with 2nd and 13. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Takes it the other way. He goes out of bounds, but he just about did it himself. What a return after the interception.
That's how you got to give the defense credit, though, because with these conditions, it's not easy to catch for the offensive players. Certainly not for the defense, but great eye-hand coordination securing that interception.
Here's the handoff. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run.
This is an offense that really sees their identity as being able to run the football. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Alabama comes to the line with a 1st and goal. They're going to run it. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And you got to get locked in the red zone. A lot of defensive coordinators, they'll tell you, we'll give up yards, but we got to understand what we're trying to get accomplished. Great job down here near the goal line. This defense bowing their neck up and getting a big stop.
He's got the tight end. Touchdown, Alabama! And they take it in for 6 more points. Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. The offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here.
Plenty of time left in this football game. No need to panic. This offense should...
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line. When you play at a place like Alabama, you have to live up to the legacy of the Jonathan Allens, the Deron Haynes, the Marcel Dariuses when you play on that defensive front.
And the funny thing is, I can keep going. Quentin Williams, Will Anderson, like the list goes on and on and on. Just elite-level recruiting on the defensive line, on the edge, is how they built this dynasty at Alabama.
Great job by the quarterback throwing against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
Getting some heat. And now they've lost the ball here. And they grab it in the end zone. They get him for a safety. He tried with everything to scoop it up and get it out of the end zone, but they were there to stop him. So after that safety, they'll kick it away from their own 20. He'll bring it back. It's Dobbs. Here comes that Alabama offense. And, David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little...
He's loose. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. And that's already his second touchdown of the game.
PAT unit on the field. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm.
And the pass is intercepted.
Well, obviously it's raining here in this game, and all slippery. I don't know if that slipped out of the QB's hands a little bit, but it certainly wasn't an accurate throw, and as a result, it ends up in an interception.
And let's see what kind of ball plays this offense has ready. On the move. And he has a solid game before the defense bottles him up.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can't run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
looking to throw on second down. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. Third and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is 4-down territory. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Shotgun snap on third down. He rifles one deep to the left. And he makes the catch at the 10. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Now adjusting. Touchdown, Bama! And the pummeling has started.
And the second half looking a lot like the first half, and this lead continues to build. How about the rhythm of this offense? They are showing you a little bit of everything. What they worked on in the offseason has been right on point, and game one going exactly how they scripted it.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he's coming out of the end zone. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
So surprised we have not been calling this guy's name more. He's one of the best tight ends in the country, but give the defense credit. They have had an outstanding game plan, limiting him so far. That's only his second catch of the game.
Looks as if NC State has a first down.
And this is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32.
Longer. Cobra. Terrier. Arrow.
He's looking to throw it. Pressure coming. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
It's amazing in college football, the tight end position and how much has changed. Back in the day, you're a blocking guy, maybe you catch a flat route. Today, these guys have athleticism, and you just saw it from that dude after the catch on that last one.
Wolfpack will have first and 10.
Tuna. Go. Set. Ready. Go.
He wants to throw. Looking for the end zone. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Trying to take it back. He'll finally go out of bounds, but he was showing off all the skills after that interception.
And that's just excellent cover. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board. You still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open. And if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. From the gun, the running back has it. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
And you want to dominate the football game like these guys have all day. Dominate the line of scrimmage. You know, turn and hand the ball off to your running back. It's a good recipe. It makes every quarterback better. It makes every OC better. Just turn, hand the football off, especially when you're winning the ball game.
Let's go.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call.
Gaucho, gaucho. Tuna, tuna.
Looking to move it through the air. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, ball's incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of at the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Feeling some heat. The sweet feet buy a little time. Just about had another one picked off. They've already thrown 3 in this game. They're lucky it wasn't 4 there. You have a big lead in the fourth quarter. When you do that, the only explanation for it is you're trying to send a message by sticking in another touchdown.
Yeah, and saying, listen, it's your job to stop us, and right now we're eating you alive. So I think...
And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Reese, I know you're a little bit of a front runner, so you probably would quit. You'd probably sub yourself out and take yourself out of the game. But I like that they're continuing to fight. Keep fighting. You never know what's going to happen. Actually, you know what? I know you're not going to win, but it doesn't matter. Keep fighting to the very end.
Comes out throwing on first down. Finds his man in the middle. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
Quickly complete. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. Scanning the field, it's Flores. Fires to the right. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long. That's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense. And that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the fourth.
Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Another interception. That's his fourth of the day. Bringing it back. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown time. The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. Going for the return. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. North Carolina State has it back on the offense, headed to the field. That last pick 6 after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still celebrating. I mean, such a big play. I mean, they gave up some yards but did what they're supposed to do. Now, Jesse, this offense has to put a drive together.
Yeah, they have to recapture some momentum here. What they can't do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back.
It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. To the air, it's Flores. Makes his connection. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47.
This receiver is such a weapon, and he has so much speed, and he can generate explosive plays for your offense, not just running go routes and post routes, but how about throwing him the drag, letting him catch it, and use his speed to turn it upfield.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Looking to buy time. He'll fire to his right. And incomplete on the deep ball.
You know, it's one thing to take shots early in the game when the defense may not be expecting it, but at this point, fourth quarter, you're trailing by a lot. They know you're going to do it, and the defense was expecting that one. Great job in the back end.
They keep attacking through the air. Back open in the middle. Finally brought down at the 31. It's a pickup of 15 yards on the play, and they've got a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Here we go.
To the air on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
At this point in the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
After the misfire, now on second down.
Razor. Jackrabbit.
He's looking to throw. Fires to the right. And that makes 5 interceptions in this one. The nightmare is alive. He'll try to take it back. Past the 20. Touchdown, Alabama! What a great play by the defense, and paying it off with the interception return. Just one moment, and all of a sudden, the fortunes turn.
You're in a position where you're about to give up points, and now you flip that around and you put points on the board. Perfectly executed. What do you do in an interception? First guy blocks the intended receiver. Everybody else starts to form a wall where the ball's going. Nice blocking, nice interception, nice return for the touchdown.
Slips through the line. Got a little room. He's going to get loose. He will score. Touchdown, Wolfpack. Lining up to add another. Dropping back. Forget the kick. He's going to throw it. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. They're lining up for the kickoff, and let's see if this return team can answer with a score of its own. And that is not the optimal solution there. The kickoff out of bounds, and the offense will have a little bit easier time of things. Line gets set, first down. The give, and tick, 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 tick. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. Lost 5 on that first play, and now it's 2nd and 15. Out of the gun to give to the back. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. They've got some work to do on this 3rd and long from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his big tight end. Just gashing this defense, a big gainer to the 40-yard line.
This quarterback obviously did a lot of film prep coming into this one. He's been picking this defense apart. With that last completion, guys, he's now got over 300 yards passing.
Going up top on first down. Got his man on the right. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And the stomping has commenced.
Points points and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Well, this has pretty much been an evisceration, an old-fashioned stomping, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, this is one of those games where you're not necessarily throwing the playbook in the trash after this one, but I do think this coaching staff, David, really has to be honest with themselves and rethink what schemes are working and not working and which guys maybe need to get more touches in this offense.
Well, I think I like the trash option as well because it's been hot trash. This has been a bad day. Offense, defense, giving up a ton of points, not scoring near enough. So it's been a bad day you're going to want to forget.
Looking downfield, it's Flores. Pocket starts to collapse. Quarterback on the move, still looking. And down he goes back at the 3.
And man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football game.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man, doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on, and now just throw another sack in the equation, hitting the quarterback, being disruptive. They've been all over the field.
Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them, an absolutely dominating performance.
You've got to give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They obviously had their guys ready to play and motivated right from the opening kick. All 3 phases we saw, just spectacular football. No mental mistakes, David. You really can't play better than that.
Nah, it's really fun to do this. Come out and just dominate opponents. Start from finish. Nothing to worry about. You just know you're better. You're going to do you. Put up a bunch of points and win by a lot of points.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.